Okay. Hi guys. So, I got my space clear, got my space set. I am putting an oil together today for the purpose of not only good intention, but happiness and health. Something that brings you joy, right? And it can be used as an anointing oil for anything you're working on that you need to bring a little joy to, I guess, for lack of better wording today. So, what I'm going to do is walk you through how I made this the first time. And the one that I had originally made, I gave to a friend of mine that needed it. So now I'm making another one. Okay, so there's some variations in here, and I'll take you through those as I do them. Right now, I'm going to light my Palo Santo and kind of clear my little jar out. Hang on. I need it to actually get pretty damn hot. I hope you guys are doing well today. And to all the new subscribers, hello. Hope y'all are having a fabulous day. And y'all are ready for another Spirit Talk Saturday. Because I am. There we go. Alright. So, put that off to the side so I don't burn myself. I have just a clear jar, a little pint jar, glass, and a little lid sitting right here when I'm done. Alright, this is just a good vibe oil. It's what I call my good vibe oil. And if any of you are into correspondence or pen paling, like handwritten, this would be a good oil to like put on your finger and like put on the back of it or put on the inside of the envelope and just, you know, give it that good juju to send off into the world to whoever it gets to. And I always find that's very nice. So this is going to have essential oils in it, 2 different kinds of actual oil, and a couple of different herbs. So for starters, I should open these beforehand. These are rose quartz chips that I got at the Rock Barrel when I was in Texas last year. So I'm going to be using a few of these. Just a few. And I'm trying to set, this is a different angle than I normally use. There's a few of those in there. And then I've got some amethyst chips. These are a little sharp. They're not tumbled, so beware of the splinter, because that can happen, and it hurts when it does. There we go. So I got that in there. So far we've got amethyst chips, which my lighting is still kind of sucky. Amethyst chips, tumbled rose quartz chips. And I'm going to put in, got my little dish of stones. I'm going to be putting in a piece of quartz. A pretty little piece of quartz point. I love this piece. Oh, I love this piece so much. And let me tell you, it's been in a couple of my oils, and I cleanse it and I reuse that sucker after it's charged, and it's good to go. Alright, so this is going to have a flower in it. Now, you can use whatever flower that symbolizes your happiness, something that brings you joy, something you just love, right? So some people it might be a sunflower. Some people it might be carnations. Some people it might be lilies of varying kinds. It could even be a plant. Because I almost used some dried ivy I had. Because ivy is very symbolic to me. But for this oil, I wanted to use something floral and flowery and pretty, and it just makes me happy. So, but I have another oil that the ivy would be extremely good in. So, I got my jar of dried petals of the rose. And I'm going to just put a few in here. I like the darker petals for this. One, because it's just freaking pretty. And two, they smell the strongest. And I've had these for a little bit, and they just make me happy. So, that's what I'm going to use. I had a whole rosebud that I dried out, and I left it on the table like a dum-dum, and I have cats. And my little fat cat, lovingly named Fat Girl, decided she wanted to play with it until it fell apart, so I couldn't use it. And I haven't gotten any more to dry out, so I'm just using what I got. Okay, so you've got your crystals. You've got your rose petals or flower petals or whole flower heads if that's what you want to use, right? So now I'm also going to use just a little bit, just a little bit of white willow bark. This is nature's aspirin, so it helps take away pain and heal. Aids in the healing process more than anything. And it's good for a couple other things, but for this, I'm using it as an aid for pain removal. I'm trying to breathe like normal. Okay, so you've got that. Now, another herb I like to use with healing, and I'm sure it's been talked about before, is eucalyptus. Now, eucalyptus has, like, my whole family uses eucalyptus. We keep it hung in the house. I think me and Mom, but Mom recently moved not too long ago, and she doesn't have any right now. But we keep it hanging in the house or in pots in the house, because it has healing properties in the fact that a lot of, what am I trying to say, medicines, that might be not the right term that I'm trying to come across with, but it opens the sinus cavities. So the oils in the eucalyptus are very strong for sinus, you know, it opens you up. And in my opinion, for me, it's just me, it will also, I've noticed, open up other passageways for me. I've got a freaking cough drop in my mouth, and it is like totally hindering my talking. Anywho, I like eucalyptus for the fact that it opens things up, not only physically, but spiritually as well. So I'm going to put some eucalyptus in this also. Alright, because there's an old saying, and well, I say it's an old saying, I don't know how old it is, but, you know, you can't receive, something about you can't receive something if your fist is closed. Great, I probably just butchered that, but y'all get what I'm saying. Alright, so you've got your herbs in there. Now I'm going to use a couple oils for this as well. And one of these days I'll get organized and this will go a lot smoother. That ain't today though. So I'm going to take put some safflower oil in there. And sorry if you can hear me crunching. I'm going to put that in there. About halfway. And you don't have to use two different oils. I do, just because that's how I was taught to do so. And when I say taught, like when you're making like body oils for yourself, like safflower oil has vitamin E in it. Grapeseed oil is good for the skin also. This can go on jewelry, so it might touch the skin. So I want to use something that's not going to break me out. Basically is what I'm trying to say. But if this is not something you're going to anoint anything on your person with, you can use, I guess, whatever oil you want. I'd just rather be safe than sorry. Okay. You see how pretty that is? Just right now. It is so pretty. Oh my god. Okay, so, next. I order from Bulk Apothecary. And they have the best stuff. So, well, not the best stuff. I'm just saying, like, I like their stuff. So I'm going to use a little bit of this. It's a fragrance oil. My skin is not reactive to it. I've never had any issues with it in anything I've ever put it in. So, for me, this will work. For you, possibly not. So I would hazard and just say, be careful. Then, for a little protection of the good kind, a couple little dibbity dabs of the dragon's blood. Also from Bulk Apothecary, I'll show you. Okay, although that wasn't clear at all. There we go. Next, actually all these are going to be from Bulk Apothecary. Goodness gracious, I can't talk. Patchouly, I like for grounding. I just like patchouli in general. It's one of my favorite scents. And then this, and let me show you. Patchouly. Oh, that's just not going to focus, but hopefully you can make out kind of what it is. Whatever, camera. Whatever. You see what it is. Alright, this is lemon verbena. Okay, a little dibbity dab of that, if I can get it to dibbity dab out, which this one's being kind of stubborn, so give me just a second and I'll remedy that situation. But anyway, excuse me. Sorry, it wouldn't be a video of mine lately without a damn cough in it. My bad. Okay. I go on vacation next week. That's about when I'll go to the doctor, because people at work don't know how to leave me alone even on my off days. And I don't want to risk being in the weight room and then all of a sudden I got to take my rear end to work. Alright, so this is lemon verbena. Just a couple little drops. There we go. I love the smell of citrus, but I can't eat it very often because it messes with my acid. I have the worst acid issue, which is probably totally my fault dietary wise. I don't have the best diet. Alright, so you've got your oils, you've got your herbs, you've got your essential oils, you've got your crystals, okay? Now, typically doing work in private, not on camera, because I'm just not that organized yet, and I don't do enough of these types of videos to get in my rhythm, you know what I'm saying? But typically you would anoint, well, you have the option to anoint between each item, or what I'm going to do between each item, or what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it all together and then put my intention in at the end, alright? That way I can be more focused. And I will do that probably after this because I'm still in that awkward phase of recording stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the lid on this, give it a good shake, get everything nice and mixed, and there you have it. And I wish the lighting was better, but let me see if I can raise you up a little bit. Put you in front of my spell candle. That is the oil in its entirety, right? It's just a pretty, beautiful, gorgeous oil. It's just, it just makes me happy looking at it, so I'm pleased already. Alright, so now, the next variation that you can use, and some people don't do this at all, and that's totally up to you. It's not wrong, it's not right, it's whatever. I have, because, and I'm going to say this also, normally I have chime candles. And my chime candle, I would melt the bottom and stick it to the top here and put it on my altar to sit with Hecate for 3 days. I don't have any of those candles, so you also have the option, you can use little birthday candles, and these are cheap. These do not cost that much. I have a whole bag of them. I bought a box of them at just the grocery store. So, some white candles, and it doesn't have to be white. It can be purple, pink, blue, whatever you really want to use that signifies to you what you're working on, right? There is no right and wrong. Your practice is totally your own path to walk. The other option is just a little tea light. And this is probably how I'm going to go today since my animals are being a little bit more active than normal. because my son gave the cats catnip 2 days in a row. So it's been entertaining, to say the least. So what I'll do, and what you can also do, is you can take the thing off that and just let it do its business right there. And that'll sit on my altar with Hecate for 3 days. I like 3s. I don't know if y'all knew that or not, but I love working in 3s. I totally believe in the power of 3. I believe in the symbology of the 3. I just like 3s. And I have like an OCD issue with checking things 3 times. That's just how I am. But for now, that is your Good Vibes Happy Oil. And I mean, look at it. It's gorgeous. It is just a really pretty oil. Just gorgeous. Anyway, alright guys, that's all. I'll put the items that I used in the description box, and I will see y'all later.